So as a Gen Y, one of my major advantages was being able to live through two centuries, the 20th and now the early part of 21st century. And during this period, I witnessed major changes, particularly amongst the technological landscape. These days, a lot more gadgets, and everything is connected to the internet. You can get connected to a computer, television, smartphone, uh, iPads, watches. I mean, everything these days is connected to the internet, and you can access all sorts of information, engage with other people, research information, watching all sorts of entertainment platforms. So it's definitely the world now is definitely more connected globally and more technologically advanced than it's ever been. I mean, I remember in the 20th century, I mean, we used to have to buy physical items to, watch films. You had to buy DVDs to listen to music. You have to you had to buy CDs. Or there was still towards the latter part of the 20th century, uh, VHS cassettes, and obviously the televisions. They were larger, bigger, and chunkier. And now everything is flat screen, everything is light, everything is connected to the internet. You don't have to buy any. Obviously, you still have to buy computer screens, but you don't have to buy CDs to kind of listen to music. You can download it online. You can download music. You can download documents. You can download cinemas, anything that you want, really. So it's definitely the digitalization of society has been the most staggering thing. The advancement of the technology and everything is becoming more abstract. We don't have to use pen, we don't have to use paper. Everything is done through everything is done digitally. So there's more. There's much more. There's much more declutter in our lives. There's much less things that we need to buy, and so social engagement is becoming more abstract. People don't have to visit one another to see each other. I mean, when I was a kid in the 20th century, there was no you know digitally connected camera devices that you could just switch on and watch somebody else from the other side of the world. No, you had to travel to see somebody, to speak to. You could only speak to someone, but I mean, the only thing now, the only limitation is that the physical contact is missing. And obviously, if you're somebody that's in a relationship with somebody, you can't hug them, you can't kiss them. So there's an element of that physical affection that one misses out on. But otherwise, you can pretty much do everything else. You can have a normal social engagement, talking, laughing, sharing ideas, opinions, jokes. It's you know you don't really have to necessarily miss that person from one-to-one perspective as much as you would have in the 20th century. So I would say one of the things that has made us more progression is that, but also it's created more isolation. A lot of people don't really have a sense of connection with other people because everything is done through our smartphone. We have more connection through, you know, to people through our smartphone than we have through, ordinary traditional means. And this is perhaps creating a more impersonal society. And our people, especially the older generation, maybe they feel more alienated because of this, because or so much engagement goes on now digitally. I mean, these days you pay bills, you access services like banking. Uh, Everything is done more digitally, and I guess the older generations who grew up having to go out to do things, to buy things, to see things, to pay for things, they have perhaps been more alienated by all of it, especially the less progressive types. But I guess for young people who have grown up in it, I guess that's the norm now. It's the norm to just access the internet, to access services to a digital device. For, whether it's shopping for something or experiencing something. And yeah, I think that's the main difference between 3 decades ago. It's because of this, digital landscape where everything is done through that. But has society become better because of it? I'm not too sure. I think that If anything, people have become more self-absorbed, more aloof, and ultimately, more disengaged towards other people. But every society is different. Obviously, these days, technology has got its advantage. Everything is done much more efficiently. There's more accessibility to services, especially for people who are perhaps disabled. So there's definitely advantages to it, but the disadvantage is that the disconnection that people might feel with one another. Particularly on a human level. But anyway, let me know what you think. Do you think that this digitalization of society, the pros outweigh the benefits? It's going to be really interesting to hear from you.